All right, welcome to another episode from the Chart Reader. So I'm going to squeeze in one more video here. We're going to look at CYTO, MARA, Marathon, M-A-R-A, and then Sofi. This is an interesting chart here, all right? Obviously, monster volume for sure, but what a candle, to say the least. And you can barely see it, but the 200 is actually peaking up there as well. So some really interesting things on this one. I don't know this one at all, but clearly something has happened over the last 2 days here. Marathon, I talked about this one not too long ago. It is making a really nice reattempt, so it's well worth looking at. And Sofi, man, I don't remember the last time I covered it. I thought we were talking about it breaking the 50, and now we're looking at it under all the moving averages. My goodness, so more of a sad one than a good one on that last one. But before we go any further and I give you more of my thoughts and opinions, what are we going to do? Same thing we always do, right? We'll take a look at the daily and the weekly to see how these things are setting up short term. We have our 5 moving averages. I will draw some horizontal support and resistance lines, and then when we are done up here, we'll use the MACD, RSI, and volume as our lower indicators. Hey, really quickly, if you can please subscribe to this channel, share this video online with your friends, comment good or bad. Look, anything you can do helps me so much with these YouTube algorithms, but for real, just being here and giving me your time is super appreciated, all right? So this is an interesting 2 days, all right? And I will be honest, I don't know a lot of the news here. You know, if you watch my videos, I rarely know the news, right? But yesterday brought us to a monster over 300 million. What was the number? Almost 330 million shares. And then today, look, it was a big drop. Don't get me wrong, and we'll talk about that. But 129. Oh, bless you. That was my kitty. 129 is a drop, but it's not too bad. You know, the thing that catches me the most is the candle itself. All right, look. I say this all the time. The way I trade is break a line or lose a line. I make my decisions, right? There are people that don't use any of the lines and none of the stuff down here. They move hundreds of thousands to millions, right? Like, I got no idea how much money people have, but they move all their money solely based on the shapes of the daily candle, whether it's one day, whether it's the 2 days back to back, you know what I mean? Like, candles are a big thing for some people, and to me, the only candle I always talk about is this doji. All right, now look, for some people, this is a little bit more doji because the thing is in the middle and the sticks are about the same. I think this one's called like a dragonfly or like a hammer something. I don't really know. I am not pretending to be this like all. You don't need to know a lot, all right? You know what I mean? To me, this is a doji because of what I just see, the uncertainty. All right, like, let's look in the box over there. This thing opens at 32 cents. It runs almost 50% more, adding about 15 cents all the way to 48. And then at the same time, it just ends up coming back down and basically ending exactly where it opened. That uncertainty is crazy, all right? We definitely at least were able to get over the 100, and man, that alone is some strength, because I mean, I can only imagine. Whoa, get out of here. I got some lines on this thing. I think I've covered this at some point, or I was looking at, oh, I don't know, maybe I do. When I look, there are so many 4 letters that get jumbled in. I swear I didn't know those lines were there. What am I looking at, though? Look, this blue line's been a difficulty. There's a reverse split here. Interesting, CYTO. I don't remember this stock. I'm trying to like think through it myself, but immediately, man, these 2 days were some crazy volume. This doji uncertainty, I mean, it's an interesting one, but even at the worst of the uncertainty, there was never a, are we going to go under the 100, right? Generally speaking, you see a wick up and a wick down that, like, no one the entire day considered it's going to go below the 100 moving average. That's a very interesting thing right there. You know what I mean? Let me draw some, man, what's the volume here? Just curious. 200K-ish, 300K-ish, 200K-ish, 30K, 30K, 50K, 40K, 30K. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Okay, there was at least some 200K numbers on these green ones. Yeah, this is a 280K. Where are we comparatively to that? We're still under that. Yeah, that 39 cent line is the line. Let me go to the weekly. Let's see. Maybe there's like a better weekly line to draw. There is. Perfect. That's the line we'll use. The weekly wants us to use 37. I'm okay with 37. Look, if we can get over 37, it's basically red, 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 red all the way to the 200 moving average, right? And right when I click this 200 moving average around 83 cents, you can see that the horizontal's right there. I'm going to go ahead and set myself an alert for 38 cents. I can't, no, I'm not going to lie. Actually, let me know 37 cents. I don't need that extra cent. I would like to know 37 cents, okay? If this thing's going to come down, it's going to come down to 24 cents and then 20 cents. Those are the two lines down. We want this to break 37 cents so that we can basically come up to, like I said, what is that, 82 cents. What is the 200 at right now? It's at 84 cents. It looks like it's coming down. Yeah, I think 82 is a safe guess. So 82 is going to be that next line. And then, yeah, if this thing breaks 82, my goodness, right? Like, we're basically talking about $1.40, I guess. Don't have $1.40 dreams. Just like, this is a 10, like, don't do that. Don't do that. For now, 37 cents is the immediate. Oh man, it could be a nice run to 84. And I want to say don't think 84, but even I can't right now, right? That's obviously why I set that alert, because yeah, I can just see that thing taking off. I don't like the volume down. Like I said, it's definitely a drop down. But I think holding this 129 might be a little bit more manageable. So hopefully we can stay in this like 120 to 100 million shares tomorrow. And again, the way I like to do that, I roughly say that there's about 8 hours of trading, right? So if I'm looking for 100, that means ideally we're around 13 million on that first hour of trading, right? So that would put us in the right path. But CYTO, man, for all I know, I covered this one not that long ago. You obviously saw the lines up there. I don't remember the stock, but hey, it's been under the moving averages for a while. Let's see what happens. If the stock makes me believe we've broken the 100, that's a beautiful ride to the 200. That's the easiest thing to say right there, all right? We looked at the weekly very quickly to at least establish that resistance. It's still early in the week, but yeah, we're over the 200. I mean, sorry, the 20 moving average. And you can see it's been a while since we've even remotely done that. And that same spacing is what we're seeing here, and that same red, 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 red. So this one's actually from here all the way to that 131. But again, for me, immediately, it's that 82 cents that we were talking about. CYTO, I'm glad someone brought this my way. I kind of have to hurry through the next ones. Marathon. Look, I talked about this one not that long ago, all right? First, it was a first things first. Good things happen over the 8 moving average. Bad things happen under the 8 moving average. We're now starting to move up with the lines, which is a beautiful thing, right? Like, that's good. Hopefully, we can, like, I don't know why I zoomed out, but that's good that we're going up, right? It was hard to get over the 20. It was hard to get over the 50. It's going to be hard to get over the 200. We're now actually over the 200. If this thing can get over $11.75, that could be solid. And what I really like is we've now reset to a very healthy 64. Wasn't that long ago that we were all the way up here at 84. I think we're going to make a run to at least this $12 line, give or take, right? 11.75. I'm kind of rounding. If we can break that, you already see the lines up here that I like. Marathon has a positive MACD. Like I said, a very healthy RSI. We've got some good spikes over the 50 moving average over the last, month and a quarter, month and a half, give or take, right? So a lot to like on Marathon on the daily. Look, the weekly's trying to make the recovery. You can see it's a little noisy, but hey, going from this 10 something to like this 13 something, that's a little more than 20%, right? So little noisier on the weekly. It is kind of saying that, 11:30 is going to be a little difficult, and then 12:50 is going to be difficult, right? But yeah, let's see if, like I said, I think there's a good reason to think that we're going to get to 12 here. Marathon, I do like. I like the moving averages and the weekly. I'm really sorry to rush it. I really am. SoFi, what happened here? I mean, look, this is the perfect example of a stock where honestly, I feel like I would passionately want to invest in this and like hold it and think for the future, go up, go up. This is why I like the moving averages. Like there are stocks that like you would assume based on fundamentals, based on the sea levels, like SoFi. I mean, again, I live in LA, right? Like SoFi is the name of the stadium here where the Chargers and the Rams play, and I see all the commercials, right? Like SoFi is supposed to be this like it this is the stock that I like. If you watch one of my videos and like my trading journey, if I can remember this around the 1050 mark, I'm writing a note, sorry. I used to like look at a stock like this and be like, man, this is the one that like in the next few years is going to buy me a house or, you know, whatever, right? These 5 moving average lines, and again, you know, I move my money on something else. It's called the 1 and the 2, but it's not that different from this chart readers that we're looking at, all right? There's just a little bit more, a little bit different, this and that, right? But moving average lines tell a story that other things can't, and there's nothing else that can tell the story of being unable to get over this red moving line than this 50 moving average. Like we tried, now we're just under all 5. You know the rules: break all 5 and fly, lose all 5 and die, right? Like the resistance that this line is, plus the fact that it's computer generated, like the computer's doing all the math, right? I have no influence at all on these. Like there's a story to this. And you know what's even worse is there's bad divergence, right? Divergence just means the lines are going away. We want we want green going up and away from red. Like this is going, like this is bad. This is saying the same thing, bad. This thing's been as low, goodness, as a 4 RSI. We can still go down plenty. We can still go down more negative. Like we haven't even really seen big volume of sell-offs yet. Like this looks bad on the daily. We're actually under them all on the weekly. This is scary. We're just slipping into a negative MACD. Like, oh man, I wouldn't be surprised if we come to this $6 line very quickly. That's another 10% drop actually. Man, from there it almost seems like that's the next strongest. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we come down to these next 2 lines, this $6 and then roughly speaking 540. Be careful here. This is one where be careful, and I think what bothers me the most is this is supposed to be a technology stock, all right? Like NASDAQ's going up. All right, this is also supposed to be like a bank, right? I mean, S&P 500's going up, right? Dow Jones, DJ30, Dow Jones is going up, right? All 3 indices are going up since the 30th, and SoFi isn't. Like, there's something wrong here, and again, this one's a be careful for sure. Hey, let me know your thoughts and opinions. You know I appreciate your time so much. Thank you.